everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Barry, and with me this week, as he always is, but not always in this capacity. That's right, it's the birthday boy himself, the Whiskey Mutant. He's being the alien bug exterminator guy from Men in Black. Guy. Yeah.
I noticed all the roaches and stuff.
I can't remember. That's Vincent D'Onofrio that
it's
plays
me.
him.
I'm the Whiskey Mutant.
All right.
Tomorrow's my birthday. If you're already listening, it's already passed.
It's already happened. Happy birthday, my friend.
The big 3-8.
I'm a fan of every birthday going, yep, it's the big 2-4. It's such a good...
turning that big number. Oh, really? Yeah. 38.
Oh.
What? It's big to me.
That's fine. I just thought maybe it was like 35, 40, 45.
No. No 5s. The 8s.
I'm not a fan of, though, and I don't care for the deception of it, telling people when it's your birthday that you're older than you actually are so that you get a compliment of, well, you look great for your age.
Oh, God, I've never done that.
I just know people that have done it.
Like,
I think it's...
I'm 72. You look
really?
You look pretty good. What about the...
I fought Nam.
What about the corny dad joke where or any... I've seen females say it to other females and stuff. It's like, you know, she's turning 21 again. She's been 21 for 12 years.
Do you know it's her 27th birthday? Again?
Again? I hate that.
That's fun. Anyway. I don't hate it, though, when people head over to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast and support the show for as little as $1 a month. But for as little as $5 a month, there's bonus content over there as well. And we are getting onto the tail end of...
the ass end of
big
ass August 2023. Bigger, assier, classier.
And it has felt a little classier this year, I want to say. Yeah. We've done not quite as much content as we did last year, but, you know, I was unemployed for the most part last year during Big Ass August, and it was kind of a way for me to just be a little more creative. Right.
Now we're
do something to occupy my day.
Quadruple busier than we were last year.
Yeah.
Both of us.
So,
you get what you get.
We still
and
got
you
a
don't
lot
throw
of stuff.
Fit.
We've got so much extra stuff that's actually going on over there too, though. We recorded a new podcast, a new bonus podcast over there too with My Daily Bourbon.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy.
And that should be out by now as well.
And it gives people an opportunity to be a part of a Patreon show every month.
Yes.
If we can keep it going. So you need to check that out.
I think we can.
Yeah.
Should we tell them what it's called or just...
let's wait till you put it out and we'll talk about it.
That's fine. Yeah. But thank you to everybody who supports the show over there. Patreon.com.
Thank you.
/mybourbonpodcast. We got Flying Blind to kick off this week's episode. We don't have a topic this week, but I do have some pours that I'm sharing with Eric for his birthday. They were birthday bottles that were given to me for my birthday.
This year?
Yeah.
Nice.
I wanted to share them with you as well.
Well, thank you.
And then we got a review.
We do.
Of a very exclusive bottle.
It comes in a box.
It does. And I'm curious how this stacks up.
I am too.
Especially compared to
because in my head,
standard iteration of it.
Yeah, in my head, I think it's going to be close to the standard.
I mean, we're going to find out.
Yeah, so we'll see. I hope it proves me wrong.
Do you have any of the standard? Or did we kill it on Pours from the Floor?
I may have some over there. I'll check when we get there.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't, it'll be okay. I don't know where my bottle is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got no idea. Anyway, so Flying Blind, this comes to us courtesy of...
Tony Barbie Donuts.
Mr. Tony himself. And he sent a little note on the front that says...
Before you read this, Eric must say whether he likes this sample. Heart cheers heart. That sounded... I feel like when I read that, I read it in the voice of like some game show where like...
The secret slime action is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's Figure It Out.
Yeah.
From the old Nickelodeon days.
Yes.
One of the best shows.
Yes.
And my favorite was always, of course, because he was the big goofball, Danny. I can't remember his last name. You know, he was always the one that you wanted to see get slime.
Yeah.
And very frequently it was like the secret slime action is having the name Danny.
Yeah. It's wearing the shirt Danny's wearing.
Yeah. Is sitting next to Amanda Bynes.
5 question marks on this sample. Well, first off, look at this drippy looking sample bottle.
Yeah, okay. Video watchers, check this out. Audio listeners, love you to death. Sorry. But there is a beautiful new sample bottle system that Tony has developed. Oh my goodness gracious.
It tells you how much of he put in there.
1 ounce, 1.5 ounce,
2
ounce. And it says liquid ministry on it as well. I'm assuming that this is not a communion bottle.
No.
But
maybe it is.
I could be wrong. Stranger things have happened.
The gospel of whiskey.
Hey. There's a show in that. We were talking off air about, or no, we were talking about that on the pregame chats about how speaking in tongues freaks us out.
It does.
And it does freak me out. You're just the scat man. I'm the scat man.
The scat man. All right. Let's see what we got. Double blind here for us.
I like the nose.
I don't know if I like the nose.
Uh-oh. It smells kind of like a Burger King.
It smells like it's like I've smelled this something before and I don't like it.
Do you think that it's a peated scotch?
It smells peated or like a finished whiskey in scotch.
Birthday.
It's got a good color at least, but it smells very like scotch finished or something.
Yep. Well,
all right, cheers.
Cheers. Happy birthday, I suppose.
That's in my brain right now.
Oh. Oh. I like that.
It's like there's a cherry note in there, but it's like a very like bad medicine cherry. Like, like I don't like this. Like I'm a little kid that's like,
I'm getting a lot of wood.
It's like it's not like
a lot of malt.
What is that? It is malty. It's like hickory wood. It's like I don't know about this one, Tony. I feel like you did this because you're setting me up for something. It's either something he knows I don't like, or he's trying to make me look bad because it's going to be something like
you did like, and now he's got you.
Yeah. This is Van Winkle finished in honey barrels.
This is Van Winkle finished in a peated scotch barrel.
It's definitely like a malted or a single malt something.
Yeah. Do you want to do the honors of revealing what it is that we're tasting here?
Sure.
So you can get it over with?
All right.
He forgot to tell us. No.
I knew it. Iron Root Harbinger.
Oh, it's Texas whiskey.
Texas whiskey. I knew it.
I like the Harbinger.
What is it? What's the Harbinger?
It's just like their annual limited release.
Cut my finger.
How did you cut your finger? Just now?
Idea. I have no idea how I did that.
Was it a paper cut?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't like that. So what is this? Probably like 2 years old?
Probably 3.
But it's the heat finishes it to make it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'll give you the rest of that sample.
I mean, I don't need it. I'm
That's
not like
the best answer.
I'm not in love with it.
I like this. Okay, you can have this.
I'm good.
Oh, hold up.
I'm good. You can. That's yours.
I knew this was going to be something.
It was a gift
like that.
to you.
So happy birthday to me. Thank you, Tony, for the whole care package. If you haven't listened to Patreon yet, we tried the other samples you sent and very much appreciated. Hope you enjoy the Barbie movie.
Eric, what have you been drinking recently?
Nothing. No, actually.
That's actually pretty true.
Yeah, I really have not had anything for 4 or 5 days now. But I did crack out. What am I trying to
Eric
say?
cracked out, everybody.
I cracked out the other night. No, I pulled out. I did not do that. I don't have to do that anymore. The Elijah Craig, the barrel proof.
That's right, yeah.
From like the one that's like 139.
Yeah. Arguably the best release ever of Elijah Craig barrel proof.
Yeah. We might have some of that later tonight before we leave.
Ooh, okay.
But that's really it. Like I was kind of schedule changed this week with work and stuff, so I was trying to get adjusted to that. So I did what I could to avoid coming home and being like, I need a drink, because I really wanted to. But the last day off I had before that schedule started, I had some of that, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Nice. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, if you want to hear the harrowing tale of a snake getting into the house.
There's a snake in my house.
Yesterday. I talked about that on the pregame chats for this week. But in the midst of it, and me being completely stressed out and anxious, I texted Eric and said, is it too early for turkey?
And I said, never.
It was 4:00 in the afternoon, so it wasn't that early. So I killed a bottle of 101 yesterday.
Just normal.
Just normal. Bottle. Yeah. And then I cracked these. Oh, here's something that I cracked with Papa Ritter.
Okay.
The other night.
Ooh. Innkeeper.
So we got a little bit of that if we want to drink on it. This bottle is so good.
You think it's different than the other ones? I got the other one over. I got Innkeeper right there too.
You think it? You mean like different from? I don't know.
I thought you meant like this one tasted like the blend was like this is a good blend.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm just saying so we didn't have to drink any of yours.
Well, if you didn't want to drink any of yours,
I don't care.
Okay, well let's pour it up.
It was on sale.
Oh, before we get more into that, I wanted to do a shout out to, and you probably need. Sorry,
it's okay.
I just thought of this because. I purposely kept the box down here. So I got a new watch because I'm a...
Yeah.
And I'd had this, but I hadn't had a chance to wear it because it was like a limited thing and stuff. But I just wasn't in the position at work to where I wore a watch.
Right.
I still could have, but I didn't. But now I was like, I need a watch. So I cracked it open. This is a G-Shock.
Yeah.
And it's from... Oneness, which is a sneaker boutique here in Lexington. There's one in Lexington and one in Louisville. So you can see it on the screen. It's kind of got a orangey bourbon color with gold on it. But look at the packaging they did.
Oh,
this.
Okay.
Oneness small batch G-Shock.
Holy crap, dude.
So if you're watching, it comes in like, it looks like a whiskey box.
It totally does.
And they went tatered out on this. And look at the bag it came in. A little.
That's incredible.
A little like Pappy
Oneness Reserve
bag. So this G-Shock was made just for Oneness, like the company in Kentucky.
16 years old.
Yeah. So
is that how old Oneness is?
Mm-hmm.
Or okay, there we go.
That's how old the brand is or the store.
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool that the sneaker shop and everything, their collab played off of bourbon and everything Louisville and Lexington has to offer, and they still have some if you can order online if you were in the mood for a new watch. Patrick Starkey has one actually.
I am in the mood for a new watch, so I might have to.
There you
go. So 2XO I cracked with Papa Ritter.
Okay.
These two were gifts from Papa Ritter.
Oh.
Maker's Mark Private Selection. Groundhog v. Beaver.
Groundhog v. Beaver. Groundhog 5 Beaver?
Like versus.
Oh, I thought it was his name.
No.
Groundhog Victor Beaver.
Yeah.
Groundhog versus Beaver.
Yeah. Huh? And then Peerless, small batch.
Oh my gosh. Just a normal
a normal small batch, man.
I don't know if I've ever had just regular.
Let's start there.
Okay.
Because it's so good.
I thought I was going to spill it everywhere.
That was it's a hefty cork.
I know, right?
I mean, this bottle is massive too. I cannot get over how dark this is either.
Are they at 5 years or is it still 4 years?
I guess it's 4 or 5 years. Honestly, I'm not sure. I think it smells older than 5 years old.
It looks so dark.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a quality to it that, to me, feels like there might be some older stock in there at this point, too.
It smells
like if it's 5 years at its youngest,
leathery.
I would, yeah, and I feel like there would be 10 or 12-year-old product in there.
If there's cherry leather, that's what this smells like.
If you know, like, did you ever have those like leather fruit snacks? Or fruit leather, I guess is what they were really called.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I ever did.
It was like supposed to be an alternative to, you know, fruit roll up or fruit by the foot, you know. But it was basically just dehydrated fruit that was mixed up into a like paste. And then it was flattened out into a kind of leather strip.
I just chewed on my bomber jacket from back in the day. Ooh, that's red vine / Twizzlery. What's proof on this?
111.2. Is that right?
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
I think that Peerless, and I talked about this on my live stream on Instagram last night.
Yeah, I saw that pop up when I was at volleyball.
My internet is so bad where I am right now trying to stream from a computer. And I was like, just screw it. I'll just go on Instagram on my phone.
Yeah.
It was a nice change of pace. There's something about streaming on Instagram that feels just a little bit more personal than YouTube. And I would like to get back to doing some more Instagram streaming.
Prepare your pour.
Yes.
That was fun.
Man, we haven't done that in so long. Since before you were on.
Yeah, I wasn't even part of the podcast.
That was a great time. That was like an early kind of, almost like an audition for you to be on the show, too.
It was an audition for you to be on Whiskey Mutant.
You're right.
No, I know what you're saying. No, we definitely started off really comfortable with each other, and so I think it just blossomed from that. You know, this is a good, like, all these are great gifts. Papa Ritter got you these too.
Yeah.
Right. But this, Peerless, it's different. It tastes good. A lot of people don't go for Peerless. I would say, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going and it's a pretty expensive bottle for what it is.
Well,
this is a good gift.
Yeah, and what I was going to say, too, before I got off on my live stream tangent, I think that Peerless is about due for a huge boom in popularity. I mean, they need it. They've been around for so long at this point.
They need something that's just like knocks people off their faces.
Exactly.
I think the last one for me with them was that double oak.
Oh, I love the double oak.
I have some,
it's over there on the bottom shelf, I think.
But since then, I've not really nothing much. So,
no. But we are fans.
Yeah,
and I would like to go over there and do some stuff with them.
Their rye's really good. We did a Pours from the Floor with one of their ryes that I had. It was really good.
Do you know what? And I talked about this on the stream again. Sorry, but I think one of the biggest things that was working against Peerless around the time that it came out was that it was being overshadowed by brands like Wilderness Trail and New Riff.
Yeah.
And I think Peerless actually came out before that, but
it was the more expensive of the three as well.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it just, was going up against just some heavy hitters, even at the time.
Yeah.
But,
what's the distiller? Caleb? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He was young. He's a young dude then.
Yeah,
too.
he's about my age.
Yeah.
I think.
And he started doing that even, however many years.
I mean, before I did the podcast, I think.
Yeah. So young gun out there.
Yeah, man. But just a stellar bottle, and I'll have to keep coming back to it for a while.
Like
that. But the maker's private select. Groundhog v. Beaver.
Kind of want to know why it's called that.
I couldn't tell you. Oh, actually, you know what? It was picked in April 2023. I wonder if it was picked on Groundhog Day.
And then they put a bunch of staves in it and called it beaver because the beavers chew on wood.
Because wood, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Who does? I mean, I know Liquor Barn did the pick, but like, do you know who does their picks now, or do they still just get people to go with them?
I think it should. I think it's probably still Brad.
You think he takes random people like how you got to go do all those picks at one time, or is he just doing it himself?
He owed me a favor.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Groundhog versus beaver.
Now this is 108.5 proof.
Okay, that smells really good. Holy shit.
Right?
There is some kind of baking spice dessert on the back end of that nose. Like, you kind of don't smell it at first, but then once it gets in your nostrils, you're like, this doesn't have mocha in it, does it?
No, it does not. We'll talk about that more in a second, though.
Okay.
So, 3 baked American puree staves, 3 seared French cuvee, 1 Maker's 46, and 3 roasted French Mendiant staves. No toasted French spice. This is an incredible Maker's pick.
Wow. And what's cool about the Maker's pick is it's not like they just picked it. They put this profile together.
Yeah. I mean, if this is Brad who does their picks, I mean, he went and he sat and he tried different blends.
Right. I would love to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, it does smell like there's the mocha stave.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's one of those relaxing pours. I know we randomly say that, like it just relaxes you. That's comforting.
Yeah.
That's very, very, very comforting. All light. There's all the big, bold, like stuff on the nose, and it's all like light and just like nice. Like it's chocolate. It's like just this light chocolate.
My note when I first tried this was not a Starbucks style, but like a real caramel macchiato.
Okay.
Like you can really taste the espresso and everything. But if they did like a mocha syrup drizzle.
And almost like the drizzle it was like on top of whipped cream. And so it kind of like vanilla whipped
it's
cream.
got that softness of whipped cream too.
Well, that's
a very textural experience.
I like
I would
that.
say. Yeah.
108.5 proof. April 2023. That's real good. So while we're talking about Maker's Mark, what about this new Maker's Mark coming out? Cellar aged?
Cellar aged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 11 and 12-year-old blend of Maker's Mark, finished for 6 months in their limestone cavern, which is, where all the private selects go to finish before they bottle them up.
I was a little hesitant at first, but then I read bottled at cast strength.
Yeah. Not just cast strength. 115 proof. I could not be more excited for
and if you're
this
listening
release.
for some reason, you're just getting in the bourbon and you say 115 proof, that's not too much. For Maker's Mark, that is a lot.
Makers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the highest we've had is the DNA Project 125, which I still hold in very, very high regard. But I'm fingers crossed. I don't know if it's going to happen. I did ask for samples, but I've never had luck with Maker's Mark and samples.
I mean, we have somebody that's from that family on our team now.
That's true. Pete, what do you know about this?
Pete, it's Pete. That's where they kept me before I escaped. I don't like that place. It's scary.
I thought you were used to cold, damp places, Pete.
Yeah, they left me there forever. So whatever it's finished in is the stuff that I left there, if you know what I mean.
Uh-oh.
It should be called Pete Finished. Pete is Pete. See you later.
A little goblin.
I don't know what Pete finished in the cellar. I'm still going to try it.
I want to really badly. Yeah. I don't know price or anything yet.
Let's just go up there and let's camp out right now.
Every day until it gets released.
Put a chair up there.
Yeah. I think it's going to be September when it gets released.
You know what's funny?
So it's going to be a little
You know what's funny? If we did that, there would be a line started.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody would find out, and somebody would just assume that we knew something. And we're not saying that because, like, ooh, we're in the know and stuff, because we have no idea. I'm just saying, like, around here, people just assume that somebody that's sitting in front of a liquor store with a chair knows something.
Yeah, like there's going to be a big release.
They don't even ask. They just get their chair and sit down, and then the next person does it, and all of a sudden you've got a line down the road.
Yeah. So we could be influencers.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get verified.
I just got my second blue check on Instagram.
Yeah, because I made up something that said there's going to be a release today. Verified my chair. This is good.
Why don't we finish up with the 2XO?
Okay. Head into the review.
I don't want to kill our palates before we get to the review.
I'm down.
So I was not anticipating being sent this release, but we got essentially a media sample of the Ryder Cup exclusive Elijah Craig toasted barrel.
Full bottle.
The whole daggum thing.
The whole daggum thing.
I am so incredibly excited to try this out. It's not finished in the same toasted oak barrels. Thank you. That Elijah Craig toasted is finished in. It's finished in European toasted oak barrels.
Now, I do have Elijah Craig toasted over there. I know for sure. If we wanted to compare those,
you do know for sure.
I do.
That's what I was. So
I thought you meant the regular.
Oh, no. I meant the regular toasted.
Yes, I do have that.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll get it.
Okay.
Yeah, and thank you to Heaven Hill. Last week we had some Heaven Hill. This week we have some Heaven Hill.
Next week we might. It depends on if a particular bottle gets here or not. So just to refamiliarize ourselves with Elijah Craig toasted barrel, we're going to pour some up. Still 94 proof. And I guess finished with American toasted oak barrels. This was announced on my birthday.
Nice.
And I was like, it'd be really cool if we got to try this. And sure enough.
Toasty. I always thought this tasted like a toasted fudge round. Like it was like a burnt toasted fudge round.
Oh, man, it's been so long since I've had that.
That's really good.
I think in keeping with my typical note on Elijah Craig, I think it's kind of toasted snickerdoodle.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a little bit more chocolate, but there's definitely that bakery spice there that reminds me of snickerdoodle.
Dude, even we'll talk about all the adornments and everything on the bottle, but even on the cork, it's got the Ryder Cup logo.
So what's the Ryder Cup again?
It's a golf tournament.
Oh.
So I'm not a golf guy, particularly.
I thought I was going to be for a second.
Yeah.
I like watching golf, as weird as that is, because I know it couldn't be boring, but I enjoy it. Tried to start when I was younger. Never had a chance. I didn't have my dad around to take me. But I thought I was going to get back. I was going to try to get back into it recently, and then it was birthday season for my family because all my kids have like their birthdays like 3 months in a row, and I realized I did not have enough money to start buying golf stuff.
Right.
So, all right, here we go. Thank you, Heaven Hill. Happy birthday to us, Big ass.
Oh,
that wasn't good. That
there
was
we
better.
go.
That first one was lame.
Yeah, you could hear it like squealing as it was being poured. So, let's talk about what's going on with this as well. This limited edition starts with fully matured Elijah Craig small batch bourbon and finishes it in new European oak barrels that have been toasted with a profile inspired by those used in the Lazio wine growing region. Lazio wines are grown in and around Rome, Italy, where the 2023 Ryder Cup is being held at Marco Simone Golf and Country Club. September 29th through October 1st. This is going to be $100 a bottle.
Okay.
If you can get it. I don't know what the distribution of this is going to be like, but we will find out together if it's even worth $100 per bottle.
Let's see. How much was I was going to look up the toasted barrel price. Was it like 60 or something?
I think so. I think like 55, 60. And, this
$60.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is limited. I don't have a huge problem with that.
I've seen this randomly posted on a few people's stuff, or maybe people sent us pictures of it in our Discord. If you want to get on that, go to patreon.com/podcast.
I always forget to
We have a Discord.
promote the Discord.
And you can do whatever you want in there. Literally.
Anything
you want. Okay.
Whoa.
The nose smells amazing. I honestly was going into this thinking this is just going to be whatever.
Okay.
I'll just be honest.
There is a note on here. Once you get past the toast, I want to see if you're picking up the same thing that I am.
Okay.
And I didn't get it until I smelled the regular toasted and went back to it.
I get a grape note.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip. It's a it's a very tropical, pineapple-y. Like, I got a grapefruit on there, and then like once you say that is, it's so tropical on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see pineapple on there. Dole Whip. Vanilla, pineapple, top of grapes.
It's a very relaxing nose.
That nose just keeps going and going. Like, that's a layer of vanilla, pineapple, fruit pizza style something.
There's some I think the way that I'm getting the oak too, like the toasted oak, is kind of in the same way that I experienced those toasted French oak chips.
Oh, yeah.
That we used for 2 months straight.
Yeah.
And now I don't know where they are in the mess of all of our stuff.
I've got some samples of the stuff that we finished.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go back and revisit that. All right.
All right. Cheers.
Happy birthday. Happy Ryder Cup, I guess.
Happy Ryder Cup.
Which is
rye.
not...
What if it was a rye and it was the rye?
Elijah Craig toasted rye.
For the Ryder's Cup. Come on, Heaven Hill.
Heaven Hill. It's right there.
It's right there.
Right there.
Where is the nose? Where is the nose? Where are those notes that I got on the nose?
Dude, I really like this.
It's making me mad.
Is that why your face is getting red?
Yeah.
Why is it making you mad?
Because I went in thinking I was going to taste similar notes.
Wait, are you smelling the right thing? Or drinking the right thing?
Yes, I just drank
okay. I thought because you had your hand on that glass. That's why I was.
Because I was gripping something like this.
He's got the white knuckle death grip going on the glasses.
I'm not getting that nose on the palate.
I'm getting some of the tropicaliness. But do you not like it?
I don't mind it.
Oh, that's almost worse.
Well, no, I would drink this, but the nose was so good. And I was like, man, if I take a sip of this and it just hits me with all this like Dole Whip and like grape and like stuff like that, it's going to be it. And I didn't. It like everything's muted. Every note that I get on the nose is just muted. Maybe that's the proof. I don't know. It is 94 proof. But I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it didn't hit me like the nose hit me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not saying, I was more mad because I was like, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at?
Yeah.
Where's that Dole Whippy grape? And this, if I didn't have that nose, I might think the palate was even better.
Sure. Maybe sometime we'll do palate before nose, just to see how that influences our experience.
I will say, though, going back to the original toasted, they are definitely completely different. So nobody thinking like they just put the same thing, blah, blah, blah. Two different animals, and I do prefer the Ryder Cup over the toasted palate.
Yeah, I think I do too. But I still really like the regular toasted.
The regular toasted is the complete package.
Yeah.
I smell that burnt chocolate, not burnt chocolate, but kind of toasted fudge round chocolate, and I get that on the palate. That nose is so good, and it sets me up for I'm going to get something even better on the palate. And it just kind of was like, well, that's Elijah Craig on the palate.
I just think it's fruitier than regular Elijah Craig. That sigh was like, now I got to do this again.
And see, I don't think I have any just regular Elijah Craig, other than
that doesn't
the
count.
old one. No,
that doesn't count.
Like, I would take this, like I would drink this and all that, but like, oh, that nose.
I don't disagree with you. I do think that the palate is a little bit under the nose, but it's not frustrating me in the same way that it is you.
It really is, because when you said, because I got like this fruity note and stuff like that, and when you said Dole Whip and my love for Dole Whips and Disney and everything, when you said that, that was the note I was like missing. I got so excited. I got like Disney excited. I was like, I'm getting ready to be drinking some Disney right now. It smells like Disney. Tastes like Kings Island. Still fun. You have fun at Kings Island, but it's just not the same.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with it.
I'm not mad at it.
I feel like I've ruined your birthday.
You didn't ruin my birthday.
By the way, your gift is on the way.
On the way? Like DoorDash?
No.
Oh.
Like it'll be here in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay. Did you see the box on the front?
Yeah, I did.
That was Dash's birthday.
I figured that's what that was.
Freaking kid, cock blocking everything. He was born. April went.
Oh, yeah.
April went into labor on my birthday.
Yeah.
So nothing happened on my birthday.
Yeah.
And then, I have to spend all the fun money on his birthday. So here we are.
What was it? Another gaming PC?
Mm-hmm. I bought him his first gaming PC was very simple. Like,
yeah,
it looks cool, bunch of lights inside. Nah.
Yeah.
Now he's actually learned to game and he's learned to do different things. And now he's like, I can't do anything. I'm like,
I understand.
So he's got a legit one. Like, it's a whole thing. So
that's what you got to do tomorrow when you're hungover on your birthday.
I'm going to try not to be hungover. Yeah.
Sure.
Try not to.
We'll see.
You got to help. Your party, you were turning the big 3-0.
Yeah. So
we went crazy for you. We went out, and then we're going to be the 3-8. I've heard is just chill. All right, back to the review. People are
if I heard talk of the 3-8.
That's going to be the theme tonight, the big 3-8. We're sophisticated. It's the 3-8.
That sounds like the neighborhood that the fancy rich people live in.
The 3-8?
Yeah.
Who did not ruin anything. I think this tastes good. I think this nose just made me... The nose is to me, is so much better than the palate that it as far as like reviewing something, it messes with me.
Tell me this wouldn't be good though in that like tropical gold rush
Yeah.
kind of drink. Like the bourbon punch even that I had at Las Palmas.
Yeah. I think it is, like you said, I think it is a little fruitier than Elijah Craig. I think it's just there's nothing that like really pops.
Yeah.
But you do get some fruitiness on there, which is more than the bakery spices we're used to. So,
yeah. It's good though. I like it a lot. I mean, even just for like the uniqueness of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not out of contention for one of the best releases of the year.
Do you think they made it 94 proof instead of barrel proof because if people are going to take this on the golf course, they don't want to get wild? You know, people put people put bottles in their bags and stuff. So like, if they're going to take this out, we got to at least help out a little bit. So we're going to proof it down to 94 proof.
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Yeah. Imagine that at barrel proof, though.
Oh, I would love it even more.
See, that's another thing. Now I'm wondering what it would be like at barrel proof.
Well, let's dehydrate it and take some of the water out.
Let's reuse this old barrel here.
You remember that episode of the podcast where Grease was like, well, if you just dehydrate it a little bit and get some of the water out, then it'll be a cast strength, right? Will was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But like in theory, it seems like it would work, right?
We're going to pull the water out of this.
Yeah. Bourbon concentrate.
No.
Like it's a cold brew.
No. This is pure, filtered.
This is 100% alcohol.
Yeah. This is alcohol that was watered down, and now it's back to its pure form.
It's just... it's syrup.
Stupid. Freaking divisional shit.
Anyway, so
all right.
So the review. We have a system on the show of nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. Final score out of 20. What are you thinking on the nose on this
5.
one, Eric? I was going to say 4.
I like
it's
the nose.
It's great. It's a really, really great nose.
I honestly love the nose.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say like. I love the nose. I was set up.
I'm giving it a 5. I really like it.
Yeah. I'm giving it a 5. I kind of like, no.
Welcome to the understatement of the year, kids.
I love the nose on this. I love the nose on this.
And I love it too, but just not as much as you.
Right.
Yeah. It's a different kind of love.
That's how it is.
Palate, I am going to give it a 3.5.
2.5.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it down that much.
Yeah.
Man.
That's how special this nose was to me. And then it came like this, a 2.5 right down the middle.
Yeah.
This is a good, enjoyable pour. But I don't know. I just can't get over the note. Maybe if I didn't, like you said, maybe if I didn't smell it first, I'd be like, oh, this is pretty good all the way through.
I think it's above average. 2.5 is pretty average.
It's kind of average to me.
Depending on who you ask, I guess.
Yeah. I think I get more of those tropical notes on the finish.
Yeah, I do too. I think the finish picks back up where the nose left off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to bump it back up to a 4.
I will give this a 3.5 on the finish.
All right. There you go. Now,
I've been thinking about this part for a little bit.
Price at $100. I think that this value is extremely subjective.
You can't say that.
You told me last week I could.
Oh, yeah, you're allowed to say that. I'm not. You get to punch me if I start talking about subjectiveness.
I don't want to punch you.
Yeah,
I think that this is a very subjective price, depending on if you already like Elijah Craig. Yeah, if you're a golf fan.
You got money, you're just
yeah, I mean, there's all these different things that kind of, might go into deciding whether or not you would even consider
and I will say,
purchasing this.
If you're a fan of golf and the Ryder Cup is like, oh, Ryder Cup, like you may not even drink whiskey and this may be something that you want to collect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know we're not open all your bottle. Well, some people don't even drink, but like this is probably a collector's item for them.
Oh yeah.
If they're a fan of golf. And
Yeah,
everything.
absolutely. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. But there's still the like Kentucky heritage of it all. I kind of wish that that's a good idea. When the Ryder Cup was in Kentucky recently, that they had done something like this. Heaven Hill, what are you doing?
Ryder. I want a toasted rye.
Anyway, I think it's really good, but I think $100 is a lot if you don't have an emotional attachment to it. So I'm going to give the price a 3.
2.5.
Okay.
I think this, the same process kind of went into the toasted, and it's $60. I think it's around the $65 mark.
Yeah.
So
what was your final score?
13.5.
Mine was 14.5.
Yeah, see?
So we don't like it in such varying degrees as it may have sounded.
I mean, Cork's cool though.
Cork,
it's got a
Cork's
gold.
awesome.
Yeah. No, I like this. It's just I like this at like, hey, it's another
$60 a bottle.
toasted Elijah Craig.
Yeah. We got some barrel rings this week.
Let's hear them.
Some people called in. You can do that as well if you want to be a part of the show.
859
428 8253. So, kicking this week off.
Kick it.
Eric, hey, it's Jared. I just want to give you a call. Say thanks for all the great drinking Disney info you dropped on that last podcast. I was trying to take some notes. It was more than one at the time, but I'm going to re-listen, get the notes. As you know, I already slid into your DMs to talk further.
Yeah, we've talked.
Get some more information on that. So I really appreciate it. Although it does sound like you typically go a lot harder when you're there than I was planning on, but then I realized that, my wife and I are going to be sharing a room with the 2 kids, so it's not like it's going to be extracurriculars at the end of the day, so I might as well just get, wrecked in the park and then just crash when we get back to the room. But yeah, we'll finish that talk and should be a good trip. Also, if you do me a favor, you can wish your co-host there a belated happy 30th birthday from me. Didn't know it was coming up, but just wanted to say it. Thanks to Lettergate. I don't think we're really on speaking terms right now, but he is only 30, he's a pup, so it is what it is. I will say a handwritten apology letter would go a long way to mending this bridge. He has my address. It was on the letter, so I guess we'll take it from there. And for you, happy birthday to you coming up. Not sure exactly when it is, but hope you have a good one. And I'll give you guys a call, let you know how all the Disney tips went, how the trip went. And so have a good week.
All right, happy belated birthday to you, the big 3-0
from Jared.
And also, handwritten letter goes a long way.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
I don't know.
Thanks, Jared.
Is it like is it a compliment that I go hard at Disney? Or is that saying, dude, you need to back off a little bit?
We'll let the listener decide. I think it's an experience.
I didn't always do that. I learned to do that, and I found that that's kind of my way to do it. Yeah. So I didn't always go that hard at Disney, but I eventually do go hard at Disney. I go hard just thinking about Disney sometimes.
Anyway, thanks, Jared.
Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it.
What's up? It's your boy TBD calling on the 8253.
TBD, Tony.
So I guess let's start with a question. If I quit Patreon and rejoin in big ass August, do I get the bonuses? Yeah, no, probably not, huh? All right. Well, what else do I got? Oh yeah, sips and snacks or tips and dips. So tips and snacks.
Okay.
Reese's dipped animal crackers.
Okay. Oh, that sounds good.
That's it.
I think me and Perry talked about this.
Nothing else needs to be said.
Okay.
And let's see. I've got to wish the mutant a happy birthday.
Thank you.
And Perry, give me a call or chat, whatever, about that Glock. If you want to talk about that, I've had eye problems for 30 years. So hope everything works out for you there.
I get
Love you guys. Talk to you next week.
Thanks, Tony.
He was joking about the glaucoma thing that I said last week.
Oh.
He said if you want to talk about having glaucoma with a guy who's had eye problems for 30 years.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't really have glaucoma. That was a joke.
Thanks for
literally nobody said anything about the the video aspect of last week.
Nobody talking about our sunglasses. Anyway, thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Jared.
Thanks, Jared.
And thanks, Tony.
Tony, what was he saying?
Reese's dipped animal crackers.
Yes. That was it. Didn't you send me something that was like that? And I was like, we got to get these.
Yeah, they're at like Costco or something.
Yeah, I think that's what made me think of that. So, yeah, that's definitely a thing I want to do.
Yeah. High proof hot takes.
High proof hot takes.
I just want to get this one out of the way because it's going to be an unpopular opinion.
Do it.
I can't not know to hear any more about Taylor Swift.
Oh, I will say something that I did find interesting about Taylor Swift.
What?
Her concerts coming into a town literally shifts the
economy.
The
It raises,
economy.
It's like in some places it's like a $2 billion bump.
Yeah.
For their
I was like, what?
Fine, great.
What? She's the problem. It's her.
I just don't care anymore. I feel like I'm being forced to care about Taylor Swift.
Why? Okay, answer this, and this is not being funny, anything. Why is it all of a sudden? Because I don't feel like...
It's because of how massive this tour is.
I know, but so it's just because of this tour. Did she like have a big break or something and then come back?
Well, she didn't tour. I mean, of course she didn't tour in 2020. She didn't leading up to this year either. And I think it had been since like 2018, 2019. But since she had gone on a tour.
I don't get that because I feel like if like somebody came out of retirement, like fucking like Eminem or something, he was like, I'm doing a huge tour. I'll be like, okay, this is going to be crazy. But like, I feel like Taylor Swift never like went away. So like, why am I just now seeing people go crazy about Taylor Swift? Or have I just never paid attention?
I don't think that it's either of those things. I think that not everybody. I think the majority of people, or a large portion of people, have always cared about Taylor Swift. It's just that there's so much of it right now. It's such a concentrated admiration for her that it feels like everybody else has an inside joke that you don't understand.
Yeah, like Chad, My Daily Bourbon. Like, he's a huge Swiftie. He literally went to like...
He's seen her twice.
Yeah, a whole nother...
This tour.
Like across country, right?
Yeah, I saw her in Washington.
Yeah. He, I didn't really ask him why, but like, I mean, he's apparently a huge Swiftie.
Yeah. I just don't care anymore. And okay, maybe I do care because I'm getting annoyed by it.
All right.
But like... I don't even like dislike her music that much. I'm just really annoyed by the cult following.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That she has amassed.
I don't get
it. She's a good songwriter. I don't think she's as great of a songwriter as everybody thinks.
That's what I'm saying. Like I like the Anti-Hero song. I really like that song and stuff, but like nothing sticks out that's like, oh my gosh, like this is like the songwriter
game-changing, earth-shattering.
That's the thing. Nothing was like game-changing.
She did the 10-minute version of that song.
So I was like, why is this still... Why am I seeing this so much now?
I don't know. I'm just tired of it. I'm sorry.
Perry's an anti-Swiftie.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I just don't... I'm really over it. I'm really over having to see the posts about it and everything.
I feel you on that.
Anyway, but the thing is, like, the tour's going for another like 2 years.
2 years?
Something like that. I know she at least has
Is she
dates
not
next
writing
year.
any new music?
Well, she's re-releasing.
So she's
albums.
redoing all her other stuff?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
I'm trying to be nice.
Taylor,
I'm trying to be nice.
I know you're listening. We're being nice.
It's me.
It's us.
We're the problem.
We're the problem.
Anyway, high proof hot take.
I teased this on Patreon because something sparked something for me. And I may need you to guide me through this, which I've asked you to do on other stuff before, because I'm trying not to sound, how do I say this? I'm trying not to sound like on this certain level or anything like that. But at the same time, like, it's pissing me off a little bit. So let's talk bourbon content, social media.
Okay.
So tell me, maybe I'm overthinking this, but I'm like, Instagram is pissing me off because the people that like and follow and do things, like, there's a core group that really like look at your stuff. You look at my stuff. Whiskey Morgue looks at my stuff. Beerman, all that stuff. Like, even my daily bourbon. A lot of you, like, you know who you are. But like, so I made that post. I talked about it earlier, where I had some of the Elijah Craig. Mm-hmm. I just took a picture of the Elijah Craig, cool bottle, stuff people don't see a lot, all that. Didn't even put any notes on it. Just said, I literally said, no notes, no pairings, nothing. Here it is. And I started getting like all these likes and like like people sharing it and stuff like that. And it was more than most of the things where I take like hours of time to put into.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I doing here? When one single picture of just the special bottle gets more engagement or shared or likes than something that like I literally thought about for a week, took time to like record, edit, do all that, and then it's like, that's like barely anything.
Okay. I've thought
is that bad of me to think that?
No.
Because this is what made me think of it on the Patreon, because we were talking about Big Ass August. We have extra stuff. And at one point, when we just put out a short little thing that was just us doing a review, putting it out there and all that, was getting more stuff than like when we do a full like planned, like we're taking like hours out of our time to do it. And it's like, what the heck? Like, I'm just mad that, okay, like,
I understand. I completely understand, because I feel some of those same frustrations with the show at times. This is very inside baseball for a show that we typically try to keep pretty light, 90% of the time, 95% of the time. But yeah, I had those same kind of feelings of resentment, I guess.
Yeah.
Towards not even the people who don't consume what we do, but more towards where I decide to put creative energy in.
Yeah.
And so I think essentially what we're both kind of feeling is trying to find the balance between what works on a large scale for content and what leaves us feeling more satisfied.
Okay.
That, and I think that, there's this huge discourse around, we'll just specifically talk about Instagram, because I think Instagram is a good case study for
that's where I do most of my stuff.
Yeah, for a wider issue across social media. Instagram in 2022 started changing the way that their algorithm worked to the point where they point blank were saying, or just kind of working it into the feed that you had, that you were going to see, as far as suggested posts go, more videos, more reels. And the reason behind that was because of the popularity of TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok took off, and everybody else was like, well, we need to have our own TikTok.
Yeah.
It's and nobody is left untouched by that as far as social media goes. Yeah. And even YouTube, YouTube had this huge push for YouTube Shorts as well after the TikTok boom. And so you have to find this balance, I think, especially when we're talking about Instagram, where the emphasis on pictures, which is what it was originally built for, is no longer as much of an importance to them and to their parent company, Meta, Facebook, as it used to be.
Yeah.
It's because what's going to make them more money?
Yeah.
Video content.
Right.
So you almost have to just decide what's going to make me the happiest.
Right.
So
my high proof hot take is the people that follow me on Instagram.
Why are you following?
If you're going to go out
what
of your
are you
way,
here for? What are you
if you're
doing?
gonna go out of your way to like a just random picture of no review, no pairing, nothing like that, when you know that I'm the whiskey mutant and I pair and I do all this stuff, but then I put a reel out that I've either edited or like I've found a snack that, and people are like, oh, it's cool and all that. Like, what are you doing?
I'm just trying to celebrate my best friend's birthday over here.
I'm trying to celebrate, and I don't even know what I'm going to post later. I do know because I was going to post this watch, and I put a thing of Blanton's behind it because I was like, "This is perfect."
Yeah, I don't think you should.
I don't know, man.
I would say don't take it personally.
I don't take it personal, but like part of me, the creator in me, like you've really opened that up a lot since being on the podcast, and it's like I really do think like I think more about my pairings and my posts and stuff, and it's like, man, sometimes I'm lazy, and I just put out like the picture of the Elijah Craig. And I'm like, whatever happens.
I don't think that's laziness, though. I think we use and I will call it an excuse. I think we use the excuse of laziness to justify mental health breaks.
Yeah, I didn't want to think about this post. I knew I wanted to post something, but I didn't want to think about it, so I just put it out there.
And I think it's really important to allow yourself to, if you, and not that this is like our full-time job, not that this is something that we're constantly thinking about on a very meta level, no pun intended.
Meta.
But you are allowed to take a break from what you are doing creatively. If I hadn't taken at least some of a break this summer, I don't know what the content would have been like coming back.
Yeah.
Or how frequent it would have been. I was so burnt out, and I'll be very honest about it. I was burnt out by the time that we got to the end of the meetup this year.
Meetup that took like 5 years off of our life.
And I just needed, and again, thank you for stepping up and, taking care of a week when I wasn't even here.
Yeah.
That was such a weight off of my shoulders. And then we were just kind of like, yeah, whenever we feel like it.
Yeah.
We'll take some time off. I didn't do live streams more than twice this summer. And now I'm just kind of easing my way back into it. It's not laziness. It's feeling that there is something that you need to adjust or at least readjust so that you are happier in the long run with what it is that you are creating.
Yeah, it's just like a job. Like you get a 2-week vacation. Like if you have a creator that you follow or like a live stream that you follow and they decide to like take a break for like 2 or 3 weeks, like don't hound them. Like, where's the live stream? What are we doing? Like and they're just taking a break.
And this is a hot take too that I've struggled with the right way to phrase it. creators do take a break or they have to readjust something for themselves, I don't think that that you'll understand why I have such a hard time saying this. I don't think that they owe anybody anything past like
just, hey, I'm not going to be on the
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I think it just, you shouldn't have to explain every minute decision that you make to everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't want to take breaks from this work because I truly love it and I really enjoy it, but I need it sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's taken me a long time to accept that fact and just give myself the freedom to not have to kill myself over it.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, after the kind of summer schedule of every other week for a while, I have felt more energized and more excited and prouder of what we've done with the podcast than I have in a couple of years.
Yeah.
I just very honest. And that has nothing to do with, you coming on during that time period. It's just, I became a dad and there were all of these like social and societal changes with the pandemic and with trying to figure out just rewiring my brain again to so many different things. And, 3 years ago, I wasn't talking like this about what it means to be a creator or what it means to just mental health in general. Yeah, we did Movember, but this is a much more, I think, nuanced conversation to have as opposed to just like, hey, guys need to take care of themselves.
Right.
There's so many different aspects to it. And so I hope I'm not offending anybody by saying, we don't owe an explanation past, hey, I'm just not feeling it right now. But I truly believe that. I think that, if you say I need time, you should be respected.
Yeah, I understand. No,
that's The way that take was for a while, and I don't fully disagree with it, but I also don't subscribe to this notion fully. The take was creators don't owe you anything. That's not entirely true.
No, I think if you subscribe to somebody's Patreon and you pay monthly,
but that's different,
right? But like if you're just like scrolling through and like you watch a video and you're just like, that's just like you just like Instagram, like you're just seeing it.
Yeah. But free content.
Yeah. Free content.
It's free. I mean, I don't know what to.
I'm giving out.
I don't know what to say. Like
right
I'm not.
now,
I'm not. I mean, there is an inherent value and an intrinsic value to seeing good numbers and seeing success with what we do. But I mean, I put the hard work in.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 6 years.
Real hard.
That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's it. And I don't fully ascribe to that notion, but I do think that there's some truth to it, especially if you strip away some of the paid content stuff.
Yeah.
So
on a positive note, though,
yes, tips and bits.
Instagram Live. I'm not trying to. This doesn't sound bad. I put you in the background when I was working, doing some tedious stuff, and I enjoyed listening to you on Instagram Live. So check out at My Bourbon Pod on Instagram.
Yeah, that video is still up there too. By the way.
It was a listen. It's like a whole nother just podcast episode. Another Instagram Live. Our buddy Mike Whiskey Morg went live with Ryan from Bourbon Pursuit the other night.
Nice.
A really good Instagram Live. He shouted out the podcast.
Did he really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Talked about how
Thanks,
he had
Mike.
heard some about the rye, how we gave rave reviews about the rye, and put us on there. Talked about some pairings and how he wants to see, Pursuit United and all that stuff do more stuff with us. So that was good. Check out Whiskey Morgue on Instagram. Check out that live if you are fans of Bourbon Pursuit. And then just birthdays. It's my birthday.
They're fun.
It's a fun time.
I can't wait to go out, man.
So what you got?
I got a couple of things this week. Been listening to Post Malone's new album,
Posty.
Austin, which is his actual first name. It's really good. It's not 100% my cup of tea. I mean, it's a little poppier than what I'm typically listening to, but there are some real bangers on it.
Yeah.
And his Tiny Desk concert was
that's really good. I watched that.
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I commented on it because the opening song was Sunflower. That was my COVID song. That was my pandemic song.
Spider-Man.
And I would sing it to Eden while she was still
She's the baby.
in the womb.
Yeah.
And then when she was born and she was really little, as I was rocking her to sleep, that I would sing that to her.
She was go Spider-Verse.
and so it would calm the both of us down.
Yeah.
And that version, I mean, it just I was a mess.
Yeah.
Crying and watching it, but so good, man. I think he's incredibly talented.
He is.
And
leave him alone because he's lost some weight. Jesus.
I think he looks good.
People are like, something's wrong with him.
No.
Get out of here.
No, he's taking care of himself.
Get out.
I got a fun recommendation too.
Okay.
It's a website.
Ooh. Tell me more, baby.
It's called, bear with me, Pink Trombone.
Okay, I'm in.
Now, what it is
I'm in.
Is a model of the human airway and your vocal system.
Okay.
Right? And it separates everything into like your nasal passage, your hard and soft palates, your lips, your tongue, and you can basically just create music with it. It's
went somewhere different than what I thought.
hilarious. It is so funny and it's so much fun. I got sucked in for like
literally
30 minutes. Yeah, right. For like 30 minutes one day, just messing around with it. You can change the pitch. You can change the vibration of the tonsils and everything too. It's so fun. It's so funny and weird. I had a great time with it. This is not really a tip and or bit. This is just a kind of a high proof hot take. There's too much content, man. There's too much. It just
content for everything.
I want to sit down and watch 1,000 episodes of One Piece. You know?
I wish you would.
I wish I could.
I need somebody to help me.
But I just want I don't know. This is like, again, backing up towards high proof hot takes. Don't feel bad if you haven't watched or listened to or seen something. Just don't let anybody else tell you to. I can't believe you haven't done me.
I will add to that though. We've already talked about this last week, I think. Don't try to act like you know what's going on if you've never watched it either.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't feel bad, but don't try to jump in on the conversation and say what you think if you've not watched.
Yeah. So.
But you know what you can do? You can go to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. At $5 a month, you get all the bonus stuff. You want to give $1, you'll support us. You want to give more, you'll get bonus stuff. And right now we got big ass August, bigger, classier, assier going on. You're going to get a lot of bonus stuff going on there. Like Perry said earlier, we've added a completely new show that Patreon members will get to be a part of. So check that out. Patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. We do so much stuff over there. You can get it on the Discord, and you can literally do whatever you want in there and say what you want. If you want to get some merch, you can go to bourbonshop.threadless.com. There's plenty of designs on there. There's random, you sign up for the email, there's random like deals and stuff going on. If you want some Whiskey Mutant merch, it's whiskeymutant.myshopify.com. If you wanted to send us an email, if you're into that, you don't want to get into the DMs, you want to send a proper email, something for us to review, you want the address, where to send samples or anything like that, this is mybourbonshop@gmail.com. Send an email there. We'll reply to you. Perry takes care of that. If you want to follow us on all social media at MyBourbonPod. That's the show's pod. The show's social media is what I'm trying to say. If you want to follow Perry, Peter1792. You want to follow me at Whiskey Mutant. You know what else you should do? Say what?
Oh, what?
Leave a review.
Oh, yes. Leave a 5-star rating and review on your podcast app of choice.
Yeah. Or go to YouTube where all the episodes are on there. Video versions, all that. We go live every once in a while. Like, comment, subscribe. Anything helps. It even helps us to tell people about us. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's my birthday. We're going out later.
Can't wait.
Who knows what'll happen? If you follow us on social media, you'll probably find out.
You gonna find out.
You're gonna find out. We're probably gonna drink some more bourbon over here that you can't see or hear.
What do you mean, probably?
Guess what? That's what we're doing.
Thank you all so much for listening or watching to this week's episode. Eric, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you.
I love
you,
man.
The big 3-8. I've been waiting on this for 38 years.
He's been talking about it every day since he could speak.
It's one of the most monumental birthdays.
It is. I've had to read a book about it to understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
So
here we go.
38 reasons why.
38 shades of gray.
We'll see y'all next week. Be well. Drink some good bourbon.
Do it.
Stay safe. Love your neighbor. Be kind always, no matter. Till next time, I'm Perry.
Go rest high on that mountain. I'm Whiskey Mutant, Eric.
And this is my bourbon podcast. You threw me off.